Hello, everybody. Hello. Oh, we're live. We're live. It's Successes to Blanks, the live podcast, as you're listening to us live on Twitch, or you may be listening to us back on Spotify or YouTube. But regardless, hello, welcome back. We're here to talk to you, beautiful people out there in your lovely lugholes, about Marvel Crisis Protocol. It's Successes to Blanks. My name is the Duke, or Luke, or Puke, or Mook, or whatever you want to call me. Any derogatory name will suffice. However, I am the unofficial member of the Sinister Six, and today my supervillain name will be T. Ampon.
you know if there's a bloody mess, like T. Ampon is going to be there.
It's mainly when Doc Ock gets a bloody nose, or when Green Goblin cuts his knee. I'm there to help. I am the support network for the Sinister Six this week. But I'm not on my own. I'm never on my own. God knows I wish I was. But I'm here with you. Who are you?
I am the lovely listener. My name is Duncan. I am the Kingpin of Bristol MCP. And just like Kingpin, I relished all day yesterday in seeing Uncle Ben get hurt and injured and KO'd. It was all of the fun and joy. Yes.
Yes, we had a lot of fun yesterday, didn't we, mate? We had a lot of fun.
Yes. Just for some context for our listeners, yesterday we in Bristol had a casual gaming day. So it's like an unrated event, and it was the Uncle Ben special. So basically the whole custom character card, all of that, everyone had to take it. And his whole stick is he's got to die. He has got to die. And it turned out Uncle Ben has a one threat and his stackable spender. A little bit OP.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think Uncle Ben caused the most damage for a lot of people. I think it's a custom character devised by the ridiculous insaneness that is Duncan's brain, and the character card. When you read it, you're like, "Hey, he's all right." But he was a one threat with 5 health, which 2 threats don't even have 5 health. And B, his spender was a continuous spender. So.
For context, his spender had it was 6 dice physical with the trigger of crit, wild, hit, and a skull.
Yeah.
So it's fairly likely to go off, but also it had a secondary trigger of ouch, which was a skull, meaning that you took a damage. So if you with your 5 health, you had the potential to do his spender 3 times without only having to pay the power cost once.
Horrendous.
I think twice was the most someone got it off, but it was amazing to see.
It was funny because the way the timing works is that you take the damage at the end of the attack, but because the trigger happens before the damage is taken, you're able to punch, and he takes damage. But if he's dead, he can still punch. And then punch, and then punch, and then punch, and then punch. You're like, what the hell is this? He's already dead. But it happened to me. I managed to daze Kingpin with my Ben. He dazed my opponent's Kingpin and then killed himself because of the skull that he rolled. So, he punched Kingpin in the face so hard that he broke his own neck. It was hilarious. But there we go.
I think overall, I think it was a success because we had quite a few new players, people who haven't played in a while, and it was nice because you don't see that many kind of casual, more narrative, silly events going on. And it was nice having that kind of... It was a bit of a test as well, because it's the first time really trialing something like that locally. And it went down well. People were responsive to it. So, as well as...
there were responses. There were definitely responses.
Oh, yeah. So people going, oh, for fuck. Like, people who had signed up to the event hadn't actually bothered to read the character card or the event pack, and just the briefing in the morning of them just going, like, you could see their faces just being like, what the fuck is going on?
It would be so embarrassing to turn up to that event not reading the pack and going, hey, what is all this new information, right, Duncan? That would be really embarrassing, right? Yeah.
I mean, Imagine putting things in the pack and then forgetting that you put them in the pack.
Yeah, imagine turning up to a tournament and then some member of the team just going, "Hey, where's all the crisis cards, Duncan, that we're supposed to be doing?" And then the TO going, "What crisis cards do you mean, guys?" Come on, it's just.
I mean, in my defence, Matt Maladoc would say my client has been very busy and
I see.
On this plate, and getting all of the Uncle Ben stuff together was work in itself. And they've learned for next time not to try and do a million and one things.
Matt Murdoch would say, "I didn't see that one coming." Right, should we move on to the next section? Let's start our programming, our regular programming, and we're going to go into a little bit about what you beautiful people out there in the real world have done, and it's our What You're Working With system. Let's go!
What you working with? What you working with? What you working with? What you working with? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's a bit of what you're working with. And I like to take this time to go, Duncan, what you working with? Sorry.
I generally couldn't hear any of that. It all kind of cut out a bit.
What you working with, Duncan?
Oh, what am I working with? So I've had no time for painting, and I was this morning going, right, what am I going to do while we're streaming? Oh God, what am I going to do? There's only one answer. Butt plugs! So for our long-time listeners, maybe wondering how long do butt plugs take? They take a long time. They take a long time. Reason being is you have to let every coat dry overnight, and you have to apply it in 7 or 8 sections, and then they all have to have 3 coats, and then those all have to dry overnight. So it's a slow.
Well, that's great for old listeners, but for new listeners, he's not actually painting or doing butt plugs. It's bocage that looks like a little tiny clown's hat. No, a little tiny clown's hat. It's not. And it's all bocage. It's what is it? Flock. It's flock that's taking the time to dry. Yeah, absolutely. We're not.
Yeah. But I mean, you could stick them up your ass and then have to go to A&E to have them removed, and they would just be like, "Wow, makes sense."
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's understandable. Come on through. Go and sit in the line with the other butt plugs, please. Yep.
Thank you for not being a drain on our local NHS services.
Thank you. Yeah.
At least sticking homemade anal suppositories.
At least it's not a light bulb this time. Come on through.
At least it's not an action man.
Anyway. Anything else apart from obviously Uncle Ben you've been working with? You got some amazing 3D printed Uncle Bens for us, which was very kind. That was very cool. It was a lot of work put into that, and the character cards as well. So don't forget you did all that, man.
So yeah, I know there's all of that, but I mean that's been about it. It's just been a bit like work is. There's a term that the French use, which is very adept. It's basically been a fucking nightmare. But what about you? What have you been working with?
I've been very busy painting up my Hellfire Club. I've been enjoying the team a lot. I've played, I think I had 2 games before I went into the tournament yesterday. So we're playing Hellfire Club, both of us playing Hellfire Club, you and I, Duncan, but as part of our What About Me section, which we'll go into later on. But yeah, I've been really enjoying it. I think they're a really fun little faction, and I've tried to do it without the splashes, as you would for a competitive style. Just try and do Hellfire, and it's okay, it's good, it works if you go do the full Hellfire thing. But when you throw in a splash, it's like, that's naughty, especially something that gains additional power. So I was using Hulkbuster on the weekend. I had one game with Magneto, and I already forgotten his name because he was that bad. I had one game with Magneto. I was like, yeah, that sucks. So yeah, it was fun. So I've done a few little bit of paint jobs. So we've got this. This is my Emma Frost in her normal garb. finished. Very nice. Very happy. I think I'm really happy with white now. I think it's very easy to paint at the minute, so that's good fun. We've got a little frosty lady in her diamond form. Now, I haven't done what I wanted to do last week. I wanted to do the glitter. That's what I'm looking for to make her look like she's properly diamond-esque. So I haven't got around to doing that yet. So that's the last bit to finish off with her. But what I also did this week, which was hilarious, I did this little guy. It's Bobby, the Iceman. Bobby! This guy, if you remove the drying times, took me 10 minutes. That was it. 10 minutes to paint this guy. I want to go back and do his pants and everything, but him as a whole is that you've got sprayed him with Colourforge's sprayed him with Colourforge's Ashen Grey, which is awesome. It's like an Ultron Grey in a spray can. And then I used Ethermatic Blue as a contrast from GW. Splash, 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 all over. Lovely. Making sure to pay special attention to the crevices. And then I dry brushed a bit of Ultron Grey on top just to get all those highlights and stuff back onto him. And that's it. Done.
Yes.
It's simple.
Bobby is a very quick... I painted my Bobby with metal. And then like a bright silver, and then just hit it with that Ethermatic blue contrast.
Oh, same colour. Okay, yeah.
It was so quick. I do need to go back and do his pants. I'm thinking, just because otherwise there's nothing really standing out about the character. If that makes sense, it's all it kind of blends into one. What colour are you thinking of his pants? Are you going to do like kind of Spider-Man, like 5-year-old boy style Spider-Man pants that you got from Primark? Or
I'm probably going to paint it into some form of thong is what I think I'm going to go with, because he likes to have fun. Bobby likes to have fun. No, I'm just going to keep it. This is the other thing I've been thinking about. So I've been having a bit of fun with I'm a peak narrative gamer, right? So when I've been playing with my little X-Men toys,
that's one word for
it. Have you seen X-Men 97 has got a second series on Disney Plus right now? Have you seen that? Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet because I seem to remember last time it was so good. And having to wait for all the episodes to drop. Like, you watch an episode and you're like... So I'm waiting for the whole series to come out, and then I will cave it all in one go.
I completely understand that. I can't wait that long, so I've been just digesting as and when it hits, and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. So the reason I'm going into this is a bit of a segue. I don't know what colour to paint his pants because he's in so many teams. So he could be X-Men Blue, and I could do his nice blue pants like Cyclops with his yellow jubby jub. Or I could do black, so he's a little bit more like X-Force. Or I could do, I don't know, see-through because he's in Hellfire Club, and it's a little bit weird there. So it's, it could be whichever team he wants to be in.
I mean, you could just do bright yellow, because then it's a bit more kind of universal, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah,
maybe. But there you go. I'll let the listeners decide. You tell me what you want me to paint his pants. But there's other people that are working with stuff as well. So we have also got Jordan has given us an update on his massive army of grey that he's trying to get through. So well done, Jordan. And we've done a little bit of Juggernaut here with his shiny helmet. Look at that. Lovely, George. Well done, mate. I think you need to get some more brushes as well. You've only got, 75 brushes in that picture, so you need to get some more. He's also done a little bit of the Hydragoons.
12. I mean, it's nice. It's nice to see Juggernaut's. It's nice to see Juggernaut's big shiny helmet there.
Absolutely, mate.
Bobby, stop it!
It's coming right for us with a giant shiny helmet. Jordan has also done some lovely. This is what I'd refer to as like a Bristol stool chart green. This is really nice.
This is baby green, isn't it?
This is. I've been out of mum for a few weeks now. This is what my poo looks like. Yeah, nice, very good, mate. Well done.
Yeah.
Ollie over at Emaillandia. Now, I had to Google where Emaillandia is. Did you know it's actually in Papua New Guinea? It's an amazing place. So to get an international coming in is fantastic. So thank you, Ollie. Emaillandia. Emaillandia.
Well, I mean, bless him. He emailed in, but didn't put his and he's given us a listener question and sent these pictures of this lovely building that he's been working on.
It is great
to anybody who paints terrain and works on terrain, because it is a thankless and soulless task. And I was just like, cool. Well, where's Ollie from? He hasn't put a location, so he's from Emaillandia. There you go.
From outside of Papua New Guinea. It's just to reflect as well. So obviously Duncan is saying thank you for building terrain, blah, 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 blah. But also, Ollie, thank you for building terrain that doesn't look like a sexual toy. So thank you for that. And also, just to confirm that this bookshop, it's called the Graceful Bookshop.
Oh, wow.
It's called the Graceful Bookshop, and what's really nice what Ollie's done is that he's painted it in a grey brick facade, which is very nice, but the bricks are different greys. And I know from experience how much of a ball ache that is. So also, not only is it's just scenery, right? It's essentially throw away, literally, in this game, because you could pick up scenery and throw it away at people. But the time and effort is being put into this. It's fantastic. And there's a little snapshot at the back. We have got a picture of it with a bit of graffiti on the side as well. But unfortunately, we've got so many pictures to go through. I can't show that today. But just look at that brickage. Fantastic, mate. Well done, Ollie. Let us know how you get on with the rest of your scenery. Well done, mate. We've got Britt in the southwest. Assuming he's from Auckland. I'm not sure. Southwest of what?
Yeah.
Southwest of Papua New Guinea.
I think he's kind of Plymouth area, but I forget because my brain does not hold information like of people's personal lives. It's a bad fault that I have. That I strike down to being a little bit neurospicy, where it's like, cool, what's that? I can remember certain stats and figures for a game. Does someone have children? I can't remember. Where do they live? Are they unemployed?
That's one of the many problems you have. So that's Brett. Brett's absolutely sent us loads of stuff. So well done, Brett. You've had a massively very busy week by the looks of it. So Brett's done this wonderful lady mastermind with the fantastic sort of leopardy spots on that leopard. I was going to say jaguar then, but it's obviously a leopard because it's got leopard spots. Lady Mastermind, one of my favourite characters right now. We've got Ironmonger with a red brick road as well. It's very nice. Well done, mate. It's very cool. We've got his little friend Pepper Potts Rescue in the blue with the metal faceplate. Very nice. I think the clouds now have done very well as well. I forget what this guy's name is. What's his name? Mr. Mastermind?
Mr.
Exodus, not Mr. Mastermind. I think Mr. Mastermind's a better name for him. This is Exodus from Brotherhood. Very good. We've got this. I don't know what this character's name is. Who's this guy? What does he do? I forget.
This. That is, I believe his name is Shadow King, aka Amal. I probably got that wrong. It's probably Barry. It's Barry, aka Shadow King, the best character in the game. I've got a story about that later as well.
Yeah, good. Well, I look forward to hearing that. He's also done The Warriors 3. Honestly, Brett, you've done so much. This is crazy. I'm just running out of adjectives to describe these wonderful things. He's also done Abo. Now, I'd like to know about Abo because he's got that big concrete block in his hand, but it has the number 4 written on it. I was just curious to know what that was for. Pun not intended. So there you go. I'm just interested.
Pow, 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 pow. I mean, obviously, it's level 4 of a parking lot, and he's working his way down. Having already thrown 23 through 5.
Yeah, that's a multi-story. There's 24 by time. Yeah. We've got a bit of Kang. Honestly, Brett, good grief. Let's do something else. God's sake, stop painting so much stuff. He has stopped painting. Kang was the last one. So thank you for that, Brett. Honestly, it's wonderful stuff. Really lovely to see. So you've done a really good job with everything on there. And if you want to have a look at those pictures yourself, get on the YouTube or pull over and watch it on Spotify. Dan in Gloucestershire, and he's painting up some little tiny sentinels. Are these the Sentinel Primes? I think that's what they're called, isn't it? I forget which way around it is.
Yeah.
Sure. He's not even looking. He's not even looking. He doesn't care at all. But there we go. We got that one. And I like the base on this one.
It's because I know all of this.
Sure you do. I love the base on this as well.
I think he's called it Benita is one of them. I think it's Bill and Benita. Okay. He can let us know in the comments if that's correct. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But the basing he's done on Benita, let's say, it's cool. It's grotty and slimy and dirty and like it's weird. It's nice. I like it a lot. And then we got Ben there, the Mr. Prime, Sentinel Prime, ready to rock and roll.
If I remember correctly, chatting to him, he did his basing based on the streets of Birmingham. His words, not mine. So
Birmingham. Wonderful. And there was one more picture you sent me, Duncan, which was to do with Mephisto. Is there a reason why we want to show that in what you're working with? You want me to show it?
Oh, you cut out then. What you said?
Sorry. Is there a reason why you want to show it?
Sure. Just because I think some people may or may not have seen this. Now, this got sent in to us by a guy called Dallas Kemp. He sent us in an email. This definitely wasn't grabbed online and just chucked into the mix. And he's done some fantastic work on Mephisto and crew. So...
Okay, and here it is. This is just absolutely incredible what he's done with this. I'll just have to... Hang on, let's just move us out of the way. Because we don't want to see us. There you go. Have a look at that. Look at that. Isn't that very pretty? I was trying to name all the characters, and the only one I couldn't really name was the one next to Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel. Is that Killmonger?
Oh,
no,
so
it's Black Panther.
Going on the screen from left to right, Juggernaut, King T, Captain Marvel, and Doc Ock.
Yes, and with the limited edition Mephisto in the background. Yes, and they've all been done to look like Ghost Rider, and it just looks absolutely fantastic. So hats off to Dallas. Thanks for sending that in. So all four of these guys
have been working on any conversion stuff.
Yeah, definitely want to see conversion stuff like this, because they've all got the spirit of vengeance in them. So they've all got skull faces with fire, and there's flame, and there's chains of damnation and all sorts of stuff all over them. It's really well painted as well, which is annoying. So there you go.
It's frustrating when people are both talented and talented. You're like, just go away.
Absolutely. Well done.
Yeah, that's everything we've been working on. If you've got your own bits that you've been working on, make sure to email them in to successistoblanks@gmail.com or put them into our various Discords, and we will make sure that we show them.
Absolutely. So thank you all very much. Let's play a game, Duncan. Should we play a game? You want to play a game or not?
No?
Yeah,
let's do it.
Let's play a game.
Woohoo or poo-poo?
It's woohoo or poo-poo time, and I believe it is my turn to read the card. I don't know, is it?
But we're going to do the coin toss again to decide who is arguing for or against. And today we are going to be using Stephen. So do you want heads or tails?
I'm going to go with heads. Stephen's head. I want Stephen's head, please.
It's tails. So I will choose.
Great.
Do you want to read the cards, and then I'll decide, is this, because I haven't actually read this yet.
I read it and I think I know what I want to do on this one. So there we go. Right, it's called Great Power, and it's got a beautiful picture of Spider-Man 2099 on of this one, which is nice. It's unaffiliated, which means you can use this with any affiliation, and it's reactive, which means you have to play it in reaction to something, and that something is when an allied Spider-Man 2099 declares an attack action during his activation. He may spend 1 to 2 power and may suffer up to 2 damage to play this card. Reduce the cost of the attack by the amount of damage suffered to play this card. Then you add 1 dice to the attack roll for each power spent to play this card. So, Duncan, will you be the defense or will you be the prosecution on this card for Woohoo or the Poo Poo?
It's very obvious that I will be the prosecution as to why this is rubbish.
Well, that's frustrating because I'm with you on that one. I mean, no more. This
Really?
is.
Okay.
Go on. Go on. So, do you want to have an opening statement, or do you want me to go?
So my opening statement is any card that causes you to have to spend power is bad. There you go. Opening statement.
Okay, that's interesting. Well, I'll see. I got to try and defend this. Good grief. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, it's you can, but then there's, and then you can, but then there's, and also that that's a thing. I'll tell you what, right, you carry on a sec. I'm going to bring Spidey's card for a second, okay? So just so I can have a look at why on earth this is a thing. So go on.
So one of the issues I think with this card is you can hurt yourself. And
now don't give me issues. Oh, so sorry, carry on. Forgot you were being the
You can hurt yourself and reduce the cost of the attack that you're doing. Now, on his card, the only attack that is going to really affect is his spender, which is already 8 dice. So are
you trying to do this as a Woohoo or a Poo Poo? I don't understand.
Damage.
Why are you defending this?
From that, I'm doing this as a Poo Poo.
I know. That's why I'm confused about why you're being so positive,
aren't you?
Yeah. So why are you doing this as a good thing?
So you're hurting yourself to reduce the cost. So you could do this 8 dice for 2 power, and then add 2 dice so it's then 10 power, and you have healing factor at the end of your turn, so you're going to heal one of those. It's like all of these things combined, it's just a lot to have to think about. And if you fancy playing a more simple game, straightforward game without having to think about these kind of synergies and situations, I think it's a bad card. So over to you.
Okay. It sounds like you're actually grasping at straws on this one. I think you've made a foobar, haven't you? I think going into it, you've gone, actually, this isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
So what's your statement?
I think you've thrown yourself under the bus. I think you've actually given me my argument. I think the idea is that you can get a spender off a 2 power, which I think is amazing in itself. And the spender is really good. As you said, it's a 10 dice if you use this card to give yourself some damage. Because you automatically give them poison and stun before damage is dealt. And then after this attack is resolved, you place yourself within one of the defender, and then you can throw, which is before damage is dealt as well. If it's 4 or less, you get to throw it away short. So you get 2 conditions. You get a free placement, and you get thrown away short. The range of the attack is range 3, so you can get yourself into the center of the board very easily, or even into the opponent's deployment zone. But even if you didn't want to do that, you could do... Oh no, that's the only thing you want to do, because there's no other attacks that cost any power. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else on here.
If you're looking at this, like, it says you spend 1 to 2 power to hurt yourself before playing the card.
Yeah.
So you could hurt yourself and still do your builder. And you could do his regular builder, not his gainer. And if you get the wild, you can heal damage for each wild. If it's if it dealt one or more damage, you can remove a damage, and you have your healing factor. So you could hurt yourself for 2, do your 6 dice builder, that becomes 8 dice builder, and you'll heal the 2 damage that you've taken from this. It's a lot of synergy that you have to think about. And for me, that's why it's a big poo-poo, because at the end of the day, you're also having to play 2099. And let's be honest, only cringe edgelords like 2099.
Wow.
Not only are you having to go, okay, I'm associating myself with my incel brotherhood and playing 2099, you're then having to think about extra stuff. And I think that's the main thing that makes this a poo-poo is, do you want to be an incel? I think that might even just be my closing statement.
Oh dear. So what we're looking at is we've got ourselves a decent woohoo here, I think. And so your argument is, if you play this card, you're a loser because you're doing a good job. So I put it to you, sir.
My argument is, if you're playing this card, it's because you're playing 2099 and you're a cringe edgelord who associates with incels. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
What is an incel?
Involuntary celibate. They're the kind of angry people online who berate women because they don't have sex with them.
Oh, so, wow.
Wow. Well, I mean, I know this because Josh likes to play 2099 a lot.
Oh no! Oh, poor Josh. Poor Josh.
So that's my closing statement. What about you?
Oh my god. I mean, yeah, wonderful. I mean this card is I give it, if you are going to play as Spider-Man 2099, I mean, after Duncan's tirade, would you ever even look at Spider-Man 2099 again? I think it works perfectly well when you want to just try and get something to finish off. I don't care anymore. I just don't care anymore. It's a woohoo from me. I'm gonna put it as I'm gonna put it as an omyanga on the IKEA stool chart. It's an orange red stained stool. It's very nice.
But stool chart only refers to it being a poo-poo.
Yours does.
So
Yours does. Mine's all about. My stool chart is all about nice, comfy sitting. It's from the woohoo. I'm giving it an IKEA stool chart rating of an omyanga, which is middle of the road, a little bit too expensive, but does the job all the same.
I'm going to put this as a number 1 on the Bristol stool chart, meaning it's solid. It's very difficult to pass. You may need surgery to help get it removed. Certainly a high quantity of laxatives.
Fantastic. Okay, wonderful stuff. Okay.
Let us know in the comments. We'll have the Spotify poll up so you can vote. You can also let us know comments on YouTube and Spotify. We were discussing Kang last week, and quite a few people pointed out the synergy between Trust No One and the other Kang card. I can't actually remember the one we discussed.
Steal the Future? Steal the Future.
Doesn't actually work having Iron Lad and Kang because of the timing sequence of when everything happens. So all of the bits we discussed about, that would be fun, turns out absolutely pointless. But what did our audience say?
It was an incredible vote, because I didn't put it on the Spotify poll. I forgot.
Really? I
believe
looked at the
so.
poll this morning and it read as 50-50. So
apologies. I was under the impression it didn't go on.
it seems as if you.
Hang on then. Hang on. Please hold and I'll just double check.
There you go.
There is a poll. I was told there wasn't a poll. Yeah, it was 50-50. Absolutely. Yeah, we're interesting. So the woohoo, it's stolen my heart for Steal the Future, or a poo poo, I've seen the future and it stinks. 50-50. 50-50. So unfortunately, the jury's out on that one, mate. The jury is out on that one.
We will have to Mayor Giuliani it and try and rig it so that it gets confirmed as a poo poo.
Ouch, that hurts. So we're going to move on to our next section if that's the case. So let's see what happens next week. Please stay in touch. Get in your woohoo or poo votes as soon as possible, guys. It's for great power from Spider-Man 2099. Duncan thinks it's a poo poo. I think it's a woohoo. And we're going to go into our topic of the week.
Topic of the week. Topic of the week. Topic of the week. Topic of the week. Topic of the week.
And it's the topic of the week. Topic of the week. And what's our topic of the week this week, Duncan?
So our topic this week is going to be, I wrote it down somewhere. It's going to be the lack of communication between manufacturers / developers of games and their player base. Now, why would I pick this as a topic? Like, what possible reason could this be the topic of the week?
Because you want to have a rant about people like you always do in the topic of the week? I'm assuming.
You know me so well. So I originally came from MCP from Warhammer Games Workshop. Now, they're like notorious over the last like decade of their communication with their player base being really, really naff. There was a point in the transition from 9th edition 40k into 10th, if I remember correctly, where they released 2 codexes for World Eaters and Imperial Guard. And then literally a month later, I think it was, they went, oh, new edition, those books you brought are now redundant. And it's one of those things where I think they also had Curse City, where they went, oh, it's going to be the new Warhammer quest. It's going to be there for ages. It's going to be fully supported. It sold out. It was like hotcakes. They didn't produce enough. And then they just went radio silent, literally for, I think it was 2.5 years. And no one knew what was happening. There was no expansions. There was nothing for it. And it was just like, oh, it's dead on arrival. And the lack of communication with the player base of, we've got stuff that's been released, but we're not telling you how long it's available for or what's happening. Now, why is this relevant for MCP? Well, we had updates that were scheduled for June, and everyone within the community assumed it was going to be 12th of June, the updates happened, which is when the new crisis rotation came into effect. Everyone's like, yeah, that makes sense. And then they said July. And that was it. Just July. And it's like, so when is that update happening? Like, is it beginning of July? Is it end of July? Is it going to actually be August, which is when some of the new character repackages are scheduled on the 21st of August? And they've also, in addition, said 80% of the characters are getting updated. And then anywhere from 5 to 20 characters are getting like major updates. Now, there's 240 characters in the game. Is that 80% of those 240 characters, or is there a cutoff from new releases? There's so much unknown elements. As a player, there's a lot of people just twiddling their thumbs at the moment. Like, what's the point in playing your team, your affiliation, getting reps in, getting practice, if you don't know what changes are happening? So, yeah, this is the topic of the week. It is the lack of communication. So why would companies do this, Duke? You got any insight as a FLGS owner?
No. If we have any listeners left at this stage, we do apologize. What do you want to talk about? I mean, it's like they're not talking to us because they're obviously not ready. The things aren't ready to be revealed yet, or there's something that's stopping them from releasing the information. I mean,
but then surely, as an act of good faith, they could just say, "Okay, we've done further testing. It's not quite ready yet. It's gonna that's they've literally just said, oh, it's gonna be July. There haven't been any reason as to why it's pushed back to July."
Yeah. No, I get it. I understand. I understand the frustration about it. I understand why it can be. There's a new update coming. It feels more like, what are we on now? 2.1. We'll be on 2.2, I suppose, for MCP. Or is this big like 2.6? I don't know how many updates we've had since second edition came out.
I think it's about 2.4. Because we've had 2 crisis rotations, we've had the terrain updates. Yeah, maybe 2.6, 2.7, but yeah.
There or thereabouts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it doesn't change what I'm getting from the game just because I know my characters might be changing in the future. I'm still enjoying the game, still playing things. We talked heavily about how Winter Guard are changing. Because we've got the new affiliation box coming out, so there might well be a new affiliation for Winter Guard, which is quite exciting. They might be exactly the same and still remain completely poo. But there's no way of knowing. All we can do is look to the future with positivity and brightness in our hearts as we march towards an inevitable doom from Trump pushing the button or Reform taking the votes. We just keep going.
Where if you look at, say, 80%, if it is of all 240 characters in the game, that's like, what, 180 character cards?
Yeah.
It's...
But there's also talk of these 20 characters that are actually getting rewritten completely, but we don't know what characters these are. There's rumblings that there's like Thor 2, or there's Viper. Yeah. She-Hulk
and Thor 2 definitely confirmed. I believe Zemo and Strucker are rumoured to having some changes. That's probably to do around strategic genius, because they both share that.
But change is different to a rewrite, though. So that's the important thing, is that a change can happen to 200 characters. A rewrite, now that's exciting. That's really important. But referring back to the topic of this week is that lack of communication. I understand the frustration, but it's those things that you can control and you can't control. So we can't control what they're saying to us. We can tell them that, hey, we're not happy with you guys. Yeah, you bunch of punks. But we can't do anything about it. So
as a TO yourself, how do you kind of manage the fact that you're expecting changes and updates to happen? So if you're organising or planning events, people would be like, how are they going to prepare for those events if they don't know what's happening with the state of the game?
Well, our next event is in August. It's the first Saturday of August. So if these updates drop in the Saturday before, I don't even know what dates do we get updates from America. Is it on a Monday or something stupid, or is it on a Friday? Or
this is the other thing: is Sentinels, for example. Whenever there was new characters released, they would update the affiliation document. And for Sentinels, the only update they've done to the document has been basically an FAQ type question on the rules forum. And so people are going, is a Mega Sentinel actually in Brotherhood? Is there, what? There's, do you know what I mean? There's no, it's one of these things where it's like, cool, you've set these rules yourself. This is how we do the process. And now you're no longer following the process, but you're also not communicating with the player base. It kind of, I don't know, it's how do you prepare for that as a event organizer, as a player going to an event?
Yeah, we understand that. So the TO in my scenario now, I'm like, well, as soon as we get to a specific date in July, so we're going to say the week before. So what that is on a Saturday, if I just double check the old calendar, we're talking the 25th of July. So as of the 25th of July, the character cards will be the character cards. If we get an update on the 31st of July, which is the day before the event, we can't just go, oh, we're going to be using all the new tactics and everything, because people will not be able to be ready for that within 6 hours or 12 hours or however many hours it's going to be. So as a TO, you just have to set the time and just go, there you go. This is it. This is the updates as of now. I could be a little bit leaner maybe and say like the Tuesday of that week or something. I don't know. But I still think it's very unfair for people who have gone, oh, here's all my updates. I've got 4 days to get them printed, read, practiced, understood for an event. I don't think that's fair. So I'd rather give them a week and just go, there you go. It is what it is.
I mean, on the kind of flip side of that, for UK Games Expo, all of the missions for the new rotation were revealed way ahead of release date.
Yeah,
I think that's because there was a leak online, and they just went, "Cool, yeah, here's all of the missions," but they weren't legal for play. And there's quite a few players who are like, "Cool, are we using the new missions?" And in my head, I'm like, I kind of want to use them. But also because of the format, having to make sure it's all official, can't have it unless it's play, blah, blah. You can't use it. So you've got this thing where people are like, it's almost like a disappointment before even going into it. Because they want to use the new stuff. Everyone wants to use the new shiny bits and pieces. I mean, that was not lack of communication. That was just leaks. So maybe what we need is we need dedicated leakers. So if you are someone who gets product early or is a playtester, please just start leaking shit. Because like, I mean, you look at Games Workshop, you always have the potato cam thing, and they go, "Oh, here's this thing we weren't planning to release for 9 months, but someone's put a picture online. Shit, here's the full lovely pictures."
Yeah.
Know in advance, and I think there's so much better good grace that you get from your player base. Like they could just say, some of the tweaks we play test and actually we missed something. It's going to be like another month. At which point people are like, "Oh, cool, sweet." But it's just the lack of communication, like saying nothing at all. I don't. Yeah, it irks me. It irks me, and I'm sure it irks everyone else.
Well, maybe not as much as you, old boy. Well, yeah, there you go. So that's our topic of the week. I mean, I've got nothing more to say. I'm just like, well, whatever. I can't control it. All I can do is react to it, unfortunately. There's nothing you can plan for. Just plan for succeeding in your own tournaments, I suppose. If you have something nearby, the July launch and such, be interested to see what your guys are thinking. But for me, I'm like, we've got a week before the event. That's the cutoff for the launch. If they haven't released anything by the 25th of Saturday 25th at midnight, we can't use new stuff in the tournament, which sucks, because I was really hoping that we would be the first ranked tournament, certainly in Wales, that would be doing the new cards. But if they, AMG are obviously watching this, I understand. so Will, come on, man, come on.
We love you, AMG, but just let us know. Like it's basically like. It's like someone leaving your message unread, and you're like, you can see they've logged on online, but they're just not responding. And you're kind of like,
I do that all the time.
Yeah, I know.
And I know you know, which is why I do it. It's really funny.
So, but should we move on to our next
please
topic?
Yes, let us know in the chat what your thoughts are on our topic of the week this week. But
also,
go on.
I was going to say quickly, if you have any topics you would like us to discuss, let us know. Drop us a comment, drop us an email, successdisplays.com. Yeah,
absolutely. And do you know what? I'll throw it out there. It doesn't even have to be about MCP. I'll just be interested to see what you want us to talk about.
Yeah.
So our penultimate section, because time is running away with us, is going to be some listener questions. So prepare yourself, Duncan, for some listener questions.
It's listener questions!
So you've had 4 seconds to get ready, Duncan. How did you get on?
I am ready. Before we start listener questions, it's probably worth noting a big congratulations is due, because there are some world sporting events that happened. So big hats off to Mexico. Congratulations, well done on achieving your Well, because Isaac Del Toro managed to win stage 2 on the Tour de France, which is the first road stage that a Mexican rider has won in the Tour de France for a very long time. So congratulations to Mexico. I feel it's worth addressing that. Yeah.
That's really cool. The Tour de France, the cycling thing, where they bike around France.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well done. Yeah. He rode his bicycle the best.
He did. So our list of questions. First one we got is from he says, hello.
I don't understand what just happened. What just happened? What are we talking about bicycles for?
Because I think it's important to address world sporting events and big things that are happening. People may have thought I was chatting about the England game, but that's boring.
In that case, can I just say congratulations to the Chicago Cubs for winning one of the games against the Cardinals last night. Congratulations, guys! You worked really hard. PCA, you stole some incredible bases. You do some great jobs, mate. PCA, just keep it up. Hap, keep your head up, mate. You're good. You're doing really well. And Saya, you know you're my boy, baby. Well done. Yeah, congratulations, Cubs. There you go. Any other world sporting events you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, the reason some of the listeners may be thinking, why the fuck are you talking about world sporting events? It's because I know some of our international listeners are some of these top pro international athletes. And it's nice to give them a shout out. You know, we respect what they do and they respect what we do. We're basically at the same level. We're on the same level.
Yeah. We are all Olympians in our own way. Amazing.
Yes.
All right, give me a listener question. Shut up and give me a question.
Sex in an athlete village. So, our first question is titled Homeless Hulkbuster. This comes from Leon. He says, hello, suck to blankers. I need your sage wisdom advice. I need your sage wisdom advice.
Okay.
Suck to blankers. Yeah.
I love that.
I need sage advice and sage wisdom and advice. I play Hulkbuster-led Avengers. But I'm hearing rumours that the July updates may mean I have to change leaders. Can you help me pick a new leader or affiliation, please? My playstyle is not very lucky with dice and makes poor decisions. The poor decisions part is probably why I play Hulkbuster as a leader. Cheers, Leon. So,
amazing.
Thoughts on a new affiliation and leader for someone who struggles to roll dice and makes poor decisions?
Well, first of all, is it Eli? Was the question from Leon? Sorry, Leon. Thanks for writing in, Leon. What's the problem with Hulkbuster? I thought he was getting a better update in the new stuff. I thought he was getting some of his damage reduction rewritten. But
maybe that's the problem. Is he wants to carry on playing bad stuff?
Oh, right. I see. Right. If that's the question, then. I've heard that there's a small team of expert agents from Russia called the Winter Guard, and if you want to do something awful, play those guys. But if you want to do something that helps you with your dice and such, you can use another team who I adore, and that is S.H.I.E.L.D. You could go with the Invaders and just have a lot of fun re-rolling those successes into blanks constantly. But yeah, S.H.I.E.L.D. would be great. You can do an awful lot of fun stuff with S.H.I.E.L.D. because you get something big and tanky in the likes of She-Hulk. You get a lot of re-rolls with the idea of Namor. You can throw Baron Zemo in there if you want to be that kind of guy. And the decisions you make, they might well be bad, but you'll have this sort of like, I've made a really bad decision. I've got lots of damage, but now I can use rescue to sort that out, or I can use all my amazing cards to sort that out, or I've got all these re-rolls to sort out all my defense-wise. So if you want a serious sort of a respectful conversation, play some S.H.I.E.L.D. You'll have some fun. What about you, Duncan?
I'm going to go the other way and say it may be worth looking at teams that do certain actions like without having any effect. My partner's about to walk in the background. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, partner.
So if you're looking at, like, for example, teams like Elsa Midnight Suns, you don't have to worry about how your dice roll, because my dice are horrendously bad. I have what's known locally as Ricky rolls, and you can give your opponent root, and without actually having to worry about what's happened with the dice. It doesn't matter if damage has got through or anything like that. So you could look at teams where you're going to give statuses, conditions, do effects, regardless of what's happened to your dice rolls. You can literally just roll nothing but skulls and blanks and go, cool, well, you still got root.
Yeah.
So that, like, Apocalypse is a good one for that. Because you've got, is it Beast normally taken as Pestilence that's given out conditions, stuff like that.
Because he's so fast, he can move around a lot and do lots of conditions, lots of people.
Exactly. You've also got things like new Sentinels under Bastion. If your characters are lower threats than your opponent, it doesn't matter if you get loads of damage through, because you're stopping them from gaining power. So yeah, I would look at maybe try Elsa Midnight Suns. It's a fun list. It's not very good. It doesn't reward you for making bad decisions. In fact, it punishes you. But it's fun. It's the fun and the giggle. So, yeah.
There you go, Leon. I hope that helps answer your question from two absolutely inept people. So well done, mate.
So we've got another question. This was actually from Oliver, who sent in his pictures of the buildings.
Okay.
And he says, "Hi both. I hope you are well. I'm not, unfortunately. But thank you for asking."
I'm sorry about Elliot. What's happened to Elliot? Is he all right? Was he not well?
Oliver. No, he says, "I hope you are well. I'm not." As in, not me. Duncan isn't. Yeah. Jesus.
No, that's a question that no one wants to answer. You don't say, "How are you? Are you well?" Because I want to know how you're well. He's saying it because he's just being polite. Don't answer the question. No one cares.
So he says, "Loving the podcast, makes for a great laugh on my way to work every morning. I've attached some photos of the recent train piece I painted for NYC board. I had the artistic direction from my partner, who came up with the Poplin novels for the posters and picked the sign colour scheme. I'm pretty happy how it came out. I have a multi-part question for you."
All right, let me interject. I'm going to stop. Stop. I didn't see the signs. What was the cool bits on the signs? Send us a better picture, Oliver. Oliver, who are you?
It was on the front of the bookshop, the very front.
Yeah, but I need to see a better picture.
Latest bestsellers, and then it's got.
Send it in again with better pictures of Oliver. Elliot, what's his name? Oliver? John?
Oliver.
What's his name? Oliver.
Barry.
Karen, send us some better pictures. Thank you. Carry on with the question.
So, multi-part question for you. 1, pick your favourite characters from Marvel. Doesn't have to be MCP. 2, with the characters you picked, think of a classic comic or movie moment involving those characters. 3, how would you like them to be represented from them, either character or tactics cards? His pick would be a tactics card for Peter Parker, where you can pick an alternate suit and get a bonus and a negative at the start of the game. Think like
nice.
Iron Spider, stealth suit, bombastic bagman, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
so
nice.
What's your thoughts on that, Duke?
I love this as a question because the scope is incredible. And as soon as you said, like, think of your favorite characters and then a scene from a book or something, I was like, well, there's the amazing scene from Amazing Spider-Man issue number 300 where Spidey comes face to face with Venom for the first time and they're locked in combat in the Lady of St. Augustine, I think the name of the chapel is. And it's just incredible, like the way they're smashing it into the stuff. So I'd do it like some sort of like a Rivals panel where there's like but it's the old school Venom. It's not the McFarlane Venom. So it's like, he just looks like a built up Spider-Man with a normalish looking face with a bigger mouth. So it's a cool looking Venom. Not to say McFarlane hasn't done a good job of it, because it's amazing Venom. And it would be some form of like, you know how Goblin has his hatred for Peter Parker and Carnage has his hatred for Eddie Brock. It'd be some sort of card that you can play there where you could have some sort of sonic effect to damage one or the other, or there could be, I know your secret identity, or something like that, where you could like demoralize your Parker or something. You know what I mean? It'd be quite fun like that. Yeah. I think I know your secret identity would be some sort of card you could play against anyone, where you could just be like, you now have 2 less dice to your attack pool, or you have 1 less defense dice, or something like that. Something fun that stacks with Incinerate or Shock or something like that. That'd be quite fun. That's what I'd go with.
Nice. I would go for, there's a moment in the Inhumans comics where Crystal is getting married to Ronan, but she's.
I thought you were going to say Johnny Storm.
No, but there's also a point where Quicksilver goes a bit crazy because he's also in a it's kind of a weird throuple with Crystal, and he gets Terrigen crystals, if I remember correctly. And he basically kind of implants them into himself and goes all super, super crazy. But I would have it where it's like a throuple husband and wife situation. So do you know how you've got like Corvus and Proxima, you've got Sin and Crossbones? It would be something along those lines where if you took all three of them, it would be kind of like if you go with Crystal and then you choose to go with Ronan first, Ronan gets a little bonus. If you go with Quicksilver first, then he gets a bonus. But then the flip side is that whichever one doesn't get picked gets a negative. So it's kind of like you're running all three, and it's just like, oh, who's Crystal chosen? I've chosen Ronan. Cool. He gets an additional reroll or something, and then Quicksilver, his movement is short. Yeah. Or if you pick Quicksilver, he gets to make an additional move for free. But then, so something along those lines.
If you chose Quicksilver first, that means that Quicksilver would activate with the reroll or something, or he gets an additional move. But he then gets judgment because Ronan's judged him.
Yes. Yeah. So that would be my pick. It would be something to do with that kind of throuple element from the Inhumans.
Fun.
So.
Fun. Nice. Yeah. Well done. Thank you, Oliver, Karen, John, Lily, whatever your name is. Thank you, mate.
And send us in some clearer pics of the thing, because from what I can see, it looks as if it's kind of that lady, that popular kind of lady fantasy porn type books of like A Crown of Rose and Thorns that is on the bookshop.
Isn't that a Game of Thrones book? What was that?
No. It's what's her name? Sarah J. Maas. It's basically like fantasy dragon porn. It's very popular with the ladies.
Fantasy Dragon Ball. I'm in. I'll write that down. Dragon Ball, lovely. I'm in. I love Dragon Ball.
So yes, if you have any thoughts on what you would add as your kind of characters and to Ollie's question, then let us know.
Nice. Any other questions?
There is. We've
got time for one more if you're very quick.
Okay. This is from Dan. Apologies, it's been a couple of weeks.
Oh my God.
Today.
It's been so refreshing not having a Dan involved.
Who do you think is the most bang, average, acceptable, Pat Dunford fine character at each threat level? Keep up the wonderful content. Regards, Dan.
Thank you, Dan. Very kind. Let's just should we just do a couple.
I will run through this. Bang acceptable. So 2 threat. Bang acceptable is going to be Nebula. Fantastic. 3 threat, I would say, is because you don't want to be too busted. I would go something like Gorgon. No, he's 4 threat, isn't he? Luke Cage, yeah. Bang acceptable. 4, let's go Gorgon. 5, Dracula. 6, I would go. Who's a good 6 threat? Ebony Moore with a gem.
Okay.
And then 7, Adam without a second gem. 8, Adam with 2 gems. There you go. You Luke?
2 threat, Black Widow. 3 threat, Hawkeye.
Goodness.
4 threat would be there's a decent, like just a middle of the road 4 threat. I'd say Doc Ock from the second core set.
Nice.
5 threat, I would go with 5 sucks because there's so many good 5 threats that are really good in the middle. Do you know, I'm gonna go with, you're not gonna like this, but I'm gonna go with Namor. I think he's a middle of the road 5 threat. I think he doesn't do much other than the rerolls. He just doesn't do much. So I'm going to say Namor for the 5 threat. 6 threat's got to be Hulkbuster. Decent 6 threat. Not amazing. Not awful. Going to go with Hulkbuster. 7 threat is going to be Malekith.
Okay. Nice.
We've got 8 threat wise. What do we have? What can we do?
Thanos, Dormammu, or Double Gem Adam.
Yeah, it's going to be Dorms. He's all right for an 8 threat. He's not the best. I think Thanos with everything on is the best. So we'll go with Dormammu. Pow!
Nice.
Pow, pow, pow. That was a nice fun one. I like that one. Well done. Well done. Thanks, Dan.
If you've got any of your own listener questions, either leave us a comment on Spotify, on the YouTubes, or our preferred method, write us an email to successestoblanks@gmail.com.
Bruh, Shaka Khan. Let's move over to our final section of the day, and we'll talk a little bit about some successes to blanks.
Huzzah! 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 Oh, for God's sake.
Successes to blanks.
Yo, it's a bit of successes to blanks. Anything you want to talk about that you had a successful wise to blanks? Very quickly, please, Duncan.
So I've only played one game in the last 3 weeks. I stepped in for someone at the event because they just got tired for the 4th game. I was running Hellfire into John, who was playing Brotherhood. The game was his the entire way. Like, it was his the whole fucking game. And then somehow at the end, it flipped and I won by 1 point. I was running Shadow King and I had it with Valkyrie because that's the secret source, and he just kept displacing Shadow King. And beforehand, people were going like, "Oh yeah, like what's the Shadow King tech?" I was like, "Just you wait and see." And it just didn't work. It just didn't work at all. And the Hellfire leadership, I didn't read the card properly. First time using it, I just got confused and then just didn't use it for the entire game. So that was my success to blank, is taking a leadership affiliation and not using it.
Oh dear.
Did
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I had so many. I had 2 wins and 2 losses yesterday, and the 2 losses were just frustrating. Let's talk about the funnest successes to blanks, I suppose. I had it was round 3 against Sentinels in my second game against Dan. So well done, Dan. You had a great game. The Sentinels, it was wonderful. I had Hellfire versus Sentinels. All my Hellfire stuff is Mystic that moves you. And what do Sentinels love to do? No. So they just noped my entire team. So I had to try and scramble to figure something else out. So I went with Lady Mastermind. Apologies. I went with Emma Frost, Hulkbuster, Iceman, Angel, and Ben. Uncle Ben, because we had to. And first 2 rounds, Hulkbuster was like smashing stuff up, bro. He was like, have this, have that, fly away, throw you, smashy. And then round 3...
He was also groping the Sentinels, it's worth
noting.
He
was, because they had the hand coming out. It was really this sort of hand from Hulkbuster coming out, then a hand from the Sentinels coming out. At one point, they were holding hands, then Hulkbuster was groping, then a Sentinel was punching quite low, very naughty, low blow. But anyway, round 3, this is it for the game. Whoever gets the points now, we'll win it. And I'm like, well, I get priority. Hulkbuster will activate, and I should be able to daze 2 of these big boy Sentinels. That'll win me the game. So he goes, Smashy Meteor Punch, Skadoosh, and does like 1 damage to Sentinel Prime, to Mark 4. Okay, right, that's fine. I'll throw you into the other Sentinel. Right, okay, so now they've got like a couple of health left. Right, I'll do my spender again. Here we go. Smash! No damage. Right, okay. And then Dan activates and goes, right, Sentinel, my big prime will play, will do a little builder to try and get 1 extra power. Oh, he's got enough power now to play online and what's it called?
Online and operational.
Online and operational. So yeah, so heals his other little Sentinel back up to full health onto his heal side. Then it gets patched up, and then I'm faced with a fully healed team that are scoring all the points. And I was like, well, there you go. It was great. It was like, that's really cool, Dan. It looked really cool. But I said as soon as we started playing the game, your team trumps my team. It's a really bad matchup. I'll try my best, but you've pretty much got this in the bag without rolling any dice. And in fairness, he did really well. I gave him a little bit of a fight, but I think it ended 16-11. But yeah, that turn 3 was like, Hulkbuster, you saddened me.
It's so disheartening when your big threat like literally does nothing. Does absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
But-
Well, everything else was dead. Like you'd have like Angel would fly over next to Iceman and like, hey, we've got this point, guys. You remember me? We used to be in a team together. Do you remember that? And Iceman's like, don't go near me, Angel, you freak. I know what you turn into. I don't want nothing to do with you. I said, come on, we're friends. We used to go to school together, you remember? And then they both got one-shotted by Omega Prime. She was just like doing that with like, fang! Oh God, they're dead. And then Uncle Ben was just running around, just doing nothing. It was funny. It was a funny little game. So, narratively speaking, it was very funny.
I did have Shadow King going to flip Juggernaut, so he's only got two Mystic, and he's got 5 energy on him. So I do Shadow King Spender. He has to move, do the Spender because he's been displaced. 10 dice, and I think I've got like 3 successes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he blocks 1, damage reduction. Cool. Great. Super.
Yeah, exactly. It's the frustrations that make it a swingy game. And as I said to Ricky at the end, me and Ricky had a nice chat on the last game. And Ricky was in the same boat, just going, I hate this game. And I was like, Ricky, I've just beat you. And I'm like, yeah, I hate this game. Poor dudes. But there you go. Never mind. But that's anything else you want to add?
Oh, no, I was going to say, have you got any games and stuff coming up? I have nothing booked because of work.
No.
So
No, we've got a lot of stuff on this week, and none of it is MCP orientated currently. So we'll see what happens during the week. But we've got some new players hopefully coming in to say hi. We've got obviously tournament practice to get ready for August because that is coming really fast. So if you are in the South Wales area or anywhere within an hour or two of Pontypool, come and say hi. We've got a wonderful event coming on in August. Great prizes to be had. One of them is going to be a Golden Hulk, which is the trophy this season. So if you want a nice Golden Hulk, then come and win Pontypool. Crisis Pontypool. But otherwise, no, I think we're ready to say goodbye. Are we ready to say goodbye?
Yeah.
Thanks,
Should we do
thanks all for watching.
Ben the Big Blue House song?
What's that?
Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye. 'Cause now it's time to go. The bear, the moon, and the big blue house. Oh, I'll see you very soon. I know, very soon I know. Like that?
No,
Yeah?
no, we shouldn't do that. No, we shouldn't do that.
Copyright.
Bye, everybody.
My Disney.
See you all next week, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe, notifications. And for those of you who are still here, stay tuned for after the credits for a little extra bonus. Bye! Do that, I'm just going to have to say a sad bit of timings that the internet is doing a really bad job with our stream. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to stop the stream, guys, and just focus on the recording. And that means that all you beautiful people playing at home along with us right now, unfortunately, will have to come and watch us back on YouTube or on Spotify. So I'm very sorry, guys. Do you want to say goodbye to our streamers, mate? And we'll have to see them on the recording.
No? They can go fuck themselves.
All right. Okay. Bye. So the recording's still going. We'll just have to edit that bit out, and because the internet was just dropping out, so I was like, screw it, we'll just record. So we'll get on to our next one. Okay, so I think all the sound is ready to rock and roll. What about you, old boy? How are you? Should we have a little chat before we get into this? You okay? Should we say hi? Haven't seen each other for like 12 hours.
I know. One of the things I think going forward from the event yesterday is when doing casual days, I mean, especially because it seems like it was just basically 3 rounds rather than 4 and just have slightly longer round times.
Yeah, I think so. I think that would work. I was so bored of you by the time we got to like 2 o'clock. I was like, I need to get out of here, man. Duncan's doing my head in.
Mate, I was bored of myself. Like, it was fun being able to play that game on the last round, but it just took all of my what's it called, concentration and like attention.
I'm not concentrating.
I just couldn't. It's like, oh shit, I've got TO stuff to do, but also I can't really TO stuff because I've got to play the game. It's
I think even Stuart was in the same mode. He was just like, "Yeah, you can play. I don't want to play anymore."
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, okay, yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's the first game I've played for like 3 weeks, and it's probably going to be the only game that I play for another 2 or 3 weeks. So it's nice. It's nice to actually roll some dice.
There you go. Well, there you go.
Fuck knows how I beat John. Like,
because he was playing Brotherhood. That's why.
Listen, the game was his the whole way, and like I didn't use the Hellfire leadership once. There was one point where I tried to use it, and John went, "Oh, that's not how it works." And I was like, "Oh, it's not, is it? Do you know what? I can't be fucked to read the card and learn how to actually use the leadership."
Seriously, what did you try and do?
I tried to give everyone power. But that's not how it works. Like at the particular time of how it all linked and stuff. So it's like, oh yeah, okay, oops.
Fun.
But if that isn't how it works, I can't be bothered to learn right now. So
I'm just going to smash.
So yeah, basically just played the entire game without an affiliation.
Without leadership.
So,
well, there you go.